First of all, that was a long game. But we talked at the rain delay that this would challenge our maturity as a football team. If you remembered, there was three things we spoke about before the season started that would directly dictate our success as Team 119, and one of it was the maturity and growth of our football team. And 80-minute rain delay, when things don't go all your way, I thought our kids handled it. We actually had talked about it and had a plan in place going through the hideaway, but I thought our players responded very well, and I'd like to thank all of our fans for staying in the stands and going through the rain delay with us, and they created a little bit of a home field advantage for us tonight. So I wanted to give my sincere appreciation to the greatest fan base in America for showing up tonight. Number of storylines. I thought our special teams, our return game, really flip field position, gave us a spark. So I thought the return game was big. Defensively, we did a great job of third down, 4 for 18, but then not following up on fourth down conversions, allowing them to convert 3 times. We took 2 scores off the board, which we can't do that as the season progresses. You can't do that at all. But I thought we were able to control the line of scrimmage, run the football, and was really proud of the offensive line and the backs and even the wideouts. So we do have to get some of those holding calls corrected. But another unsung hero who, just epitomizes what we're building here is Todd Kelly Jr. And TK was in the hospital up until Thursday afternoon. And I believe he went in on Monday. And he broke the record for video watched in a hospital room. And he had an infection. Had IVs, they wouldn't let him go. And then when they let him go, he came right over on Thursday afternoon, and we conditioned him, and he practiced on Friday, and he played today, and he helped us win a football game. And I think that speaks volumes for him and his family. So I just want to say thank you. But that's a good football team, and they know how to win. And I said it, they're very, very explosive on offense. They have great skill, and I think that was that was shown today, but we have to take great progress in moving forward. Obviously, some of the biggest improvements can be made from game 1 to game 2. We all know what's coming into Nissan Stadium Saturday evening. A great football team. I'll say it right now. I think they're one of the most underrated football teams in the country, and I think they're going to be a great challenge. And so we have to get better in a hurry. We have to shore some things up, and our players understand that. They know that. But it's hard to win, and we had a lot of things go against us, some adversity, some we created for ourselves. But I like the way our players responded. So I'll answer any questions.
Not having Coach Martinez there, how much of an impact do you feel that had on the defense?
Well, it has an impact from a communication standpoint. Coach Martinez brings so much from the box, and not having him available, I thought that hurt us. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you it didn't, because I think it did. But our players were resilient. We're moving on. The suspension's been held for a secondary violation that occurred 16 months ago. But I will tell you this, there isn't anybody who hurts more right now than Willie Martinez. And I think we all know Willie has impeccable character, and we're just looking forward to getting him back and working tomorrow.
Did you expect him to take so many downfield shots? Look like they got some one-on-one matchups, and they just kind of threw it up there and took shots.
Yeah, we did. We were trying to get some pressure to them, and to their credit, they're good. I thought the quarterback threw the ball well. He was everything that we said he was. Receivers were able to win some one-on-one, some 50-50 balls going up and getting them, but we expected them to take their shots.
Talk about what Todd Kelly had to go through just playing this game tonight. What's it going to take to get him reacclimated and up to speed with the rest of the team?
Well, really, it was like he was out there all week of practice. And again, that's a tribute to him. And preparing the mind is so big. And like I told you, he had an iPad and he watched every single practice. He watched, I believe, every Bowling Green game that we had. And so even though he didn't prepare himself physically, he had prepared himself mentally. And it takes a mature young man to do that.
Was that related to when he got his tonsils out early in camp? Is it something that came?
It's something that came back with an infection, yes.
How did the team spend the delay, and how did you spend the delay?
Well, you know, when we went away for the hideaway, we actually had about an hour and a half to 2 hour discussion on a rain delay, a lightning plan. And I tell you, our support staff did a tremendous job, but our players were outstanding. We made sure we kept them hydrated. You know, Allison does a great job in terms of nutrition. I believe we even went and got hot dogs. And so we kept them eating, and we let them relax for a little bit, and then all of a sudden get them started. Coach Lawson would stretch them. We had music. And I tell you what, they were dancing, and they were keeping each other fresh and loose. We made them take their socks off, you know, put new socks on, do some things with buckets of water. You stick your hand in there and it kind of shocks your central nervous system. So we tried anything and everything, but it's a tribute to our support staff and our players.
Coach, everybody's been excited to see Alvin and Jalen, what they could do. Was that sort of what you envisioned from both of those guys tonight?
Yeah, you know, they feed off of each other, and the great thing about them is they're selfless. When one scores, we all score, and you could see the excitement in them and in their body language, whether it was Jalen or whether it was Alvin or whether it was John Kelly in there. And, you know, we had some youngsters gain some valuable repetitions today when things didn't go all our way, and that was great to see.
Which from a teaching standpoint did this game present about everything you could possibly hope or ask for from the delay to Coleman Thomas's first start at center, the Jit going out early with the injury?
Yeah, first game of the unknowns. And, you know, Kirk goes out after the first play of the year. First play of the game, he's out, and his hand was all bloody and all that. So, you know, for a first game, there's a lot of things that you try to simulate in practice, but you really can't, like with the lightning delay and all those things and the adversities that come about in a football game and a long football season. So we had just about anything and everything.
Coach, you wanted to play this game. Area of the team play that didn't quite meet your standards?
Well, obviously, there's always areas for improvement, and we have to take great strides in moving forward on. I just spoke about the fourth down, the deep footballs, you know, little different things when we watch the video. Again, you can't take touchdowns off the board. We took 2 of them off the board. You know, it was great to see Aaron bounce back and hit the field goal at the end of the game from a confidence standpoint, and that won't affect him one bit. But, yeah, we have to take big strides in moving forward as an entire football team from week 1 to week 2. And the great thing about it is our players realize that.
Coach, you wanted to show the program how important Nashville was to you, and then your Nashville players paid off right away on that first drive between Hurd, Malone, Jennings. Talk about that.
Well, they've meant so much to us, and the Mid-State has meant so much to us, Middle Tennessee, and you look at Juwan Jennings and what he was able to do tonight, making his first career start. And we said it, you know, and getting Tennessee football turned around, it's going to start in the state of Tennessee, and it's going to start right here in Nashville. And it was never more evidence than tonight. When you look around, if you're a young man from Nashville, why would you not want to represent your home state? I mean, you look at the crowd, you look at the excitement, you look at the Vol Walk. I mean, that's what college football is all about.
There were flashes of what Cam could do as a punt returner last year. Was it good to see him kind of?
It was great. We spend so much time on special teams, and obviously Cam does a great job with the ball in his hands, but also Cam would be the first to tell you that there's 10 other individuals really working exceptionally hard, and a lot of those 10 individuals were youngsters playing for the first time. And again, those were momentum. I thought the score at the end of the half was big. That was a momentum for us, you know, with managing the clock, getting the return, and then cashing in on the touchdown to Ethan Wolf. That was big for us going into halftime. That was real big.
But you roll up 399 rushing yards, I guess. Does that mean you're pleased with the physicality of your offensive line?
Well, I'm pleased with them in terms of you look at the production that we had tonight. Now, obviously, we'll go back and you know, we'll watch the video, and I'm sure there'll be some things that, you know, yards that we left out there, but I thought it was a very, very good start.
Coach, you get Mike DeBoer, first game back, 604 yards of total offense. You know, obviously, I don't guess he was very rusty. Just what was that like?
It wasn't, and I don't expect him to be rusty. That's why he had NFL opportunities to be coordinator at different places. But there's so much that goes into calling a game, and you talk about a lot of times offensive coordinators think solely their job is just to score points, and they're supposed to score points. But you also got to manage the game. And there was a couple of times that we were going to take shots, and because our defense had an extended drive, we were running the football. So we were also trying to protect our defense and give them a rest. And that's what Mike DeBoard brings to the table, is that wealth of experience of, playing to the team and managing a football game, not just calling plays.
Coach, you talked about managing the game. What specifically did you see in Josh Dobbs, getting you the right running plays, decision-making, that kind of thing?
Thought he did a good job. Obviously, we'll go back and we'll look at the video, but he did a good job, I thought, of commanding the line of scrimmage, getting us in the appropriate plays, making good reads with his keeps to keep the football. I know there was one or two throws we'd like to have back, but I thought overall he did a very good job of managing the offense. I believe we didn't have any turnovers, and that's something that we pride ourselves on, of taking care of the football. And then you look at, our defense, forces a turnover, and we go 94 yards and respond with a touchdown. That's complementary football. You heard me talk about it all last year, is the great teams are able to play complementary football, offense, defense, special teams. And I thought tonight we were able to play some complementary football and possess the football when we needed to give our defense a rest.
First glance, how would you say that Colton Jumper and Eric Cook Jr. and the other Mike linebackers played tonight?
It's hard to see. I'll know more a little bit probably at the press conference and be able to fill you in a little bit more. But I know they gained valuable repetitions, and that's things that you can't, you can't put a price tag on, our valuable game repetitions, speed repetitions. So I'll know a little bit more when I watch the video.
Your team was able to scoop up one turnover on a botched handoff in the third quarter. Did you hope to see more turnovers this evening?
Well, we talk about taking the football away on defense and ball disruptions. We were opportunistic, but I thought we dropped a couple interceptions, and that's something that we'll continue to work on. But yes, we pride ourselves in taking the football away, and that's one of that area from game 1 to game 2. We have to do continue to improve in that area.
Which I think the shot total got in the game. Go ahead. Sorry. I think, boss. Shot total got in the game, maybe first quarter, certainly about the second quarter. What did you see out of him in camp that allowed you to trust him enough, I guess, to be in the first half?
A body of work. And, we've seen it in practice. And, again, those game repetitions that he received will prove to be invaluable.
Coach, I know what Bowling Green does offensively is unique and different. Do you leave you with your secondary feeling like there was more mental bust or more technique issues? I know you haven't seen the film, but kind of what do you leave your seeing biggest concern with that group?
I wouldn't just point to the secondary. First of all, that's a skilled group. And we knew that, we had a great challenge in front of us. Playing great team defense or pass defense, the naked eye, you want to point to the back end, but it starts with the generation of a pass rush. It starts with your drops of the linebackers, sometimes your linebackers being in man coverage. So I think it's too early to really sit here and say what happened. And then I'll be honest with you. Players make plays. There was a couple throws that they made and catches where you couldn't have been any more perfect, and we had perfect coverage, and that's the game of football. Everyone's going to have success at some point in time. That's why we talk about a snap and clear mentality with everything that we do, but it would be premature for me to sit up here and comment on that. And we always talk about your corners have to be the most mentally tough players on your football team because you got to be able to snap and clear all that. So I'll know a little bit more when I watch the video.
Butch, your tempo on offense early on seemed like it was faster than we've ever seen it before. Yeah. Did you like the way it was, and do you think it affected Bowling Green in that first half?
I would like to think that it did, and we have worked exceptionally hard on our tempo, and you're exactly right. That's the fastest we've played. But also we were able to control the game, control the line of scrimmage while managing our tempo, which was great to see. And then at the end, managing the clock as well. But I believe Jason, we had
eight scoring touchdown drives under 2 minutes.
So 8 scoring touchdown drives under 2 minutes. I don't think we've ever done that. So we've worked very, very hard, and that's a tribute to our players and our style of play and our practice habits, because we've worked really hard and we've invested in that. And I thought our players showed very, very good conditioning levels in this heat, this humidity. So I was proud of them.
Where's Justin Martin's health? How close do you think he is?
Yeah, getting him in at the end of the game helped. Again, he's just going to continue to get better and improve health-wise as time goes on. I think each and every day he continues to get healthier and healthier and healthier, and hopefully now he'll be able to grow into some roles of helping us on special teams and some other things in the defensive end.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.